Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium, home to the North Carolina State Wolfpack, and the fans here on this leg of Tobacco Road have been getting ready since early this morning. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on a team who is rested and ready coming off a bye, the NC State Wolfpack. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. NC State with the kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Miami's offense will have plenty of work to do after that return was bottled up. And this big fella can beat you in a number of different ways in the passing game, David.
Yeah, so much fun to have a guy that I can rely on, that can beat guys over the middle of the field, that can beat man-to-man coverage. This guy's the ultimate weapon.
And I love that this guy has an awesome catch radius. You don't have to be perfect as a quarterback when you throw to him. He can make you look good.
Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Pulls and fires complete.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. So NC State's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this D because of this guy roaming around in the middle of the field. He is a true center fielder, so this receiver's going to have to make plays.
And this just is such a great job of getting guys on the ground. A lot of people are in position, but he makes plays, so him versus a dynamic wide receiver on the outside will be a great matchup.
Dropping back, it's York. Short throw to the sideline is caught. He's out of bounds, and they'll move the chains for the first down. New set of downs after that completion. To the ground with the back. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. They move the tight end all over. With jet sweep pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Offense breaks the huddle. It's third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. To the ground. He's got it again. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Snagged in the middle, it's Moffitt. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. It is perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early. Playing at home, they want to get the crowd into it. So you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen. You set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. Fielded in the end zone. It's Amaro. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. The RPO fired complete to the left. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Nice move to stay on his feet. Just a savvy, veteran, productive run from this junior. The Hurricanes will have it 1st and 10. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes 2nd down. Off the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. That kind of play is just vintage Hurricane receiver play.
I mean, big-time playmakers on the outside. The list is long for Miami, but finding those elite speedsters down in the state of Florida, it's not a hard...
He'll take a shot. Fires into traffic. Intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. You kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Wants to throw. It's York. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. He'll bring it back. It's Amaro. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He looks that one in nicely. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. And they've swapped ends of the field, and we'll get it going in the second. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Red pass, it's complete. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Going to work on second down in the red zone and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. And the Hurricanes trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Canes! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Caught in the backfield, it's Moffitt. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the right. And the pass hits, picked off. Would have loved to have gotten a big return out of that one, but they'll take it first down at the 40.
Who says defensive backs don't have hands? Nice job breaking on the football and making the catch. A lot of times you see guys swat it down, or you see them trying to catch it. It looks like they have 2 left hands. Defensive backs don't catch real well. Nice job breaking on the football. Nice job securing the INT and actually catching it.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on...
Fires a bullet, now it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Defensive backs have tough jobs. I mean, you think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field. It's more speed. It's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But to cover the ground and make the pick, a lot of times you don't see that. Superb effort by that guy.
First down here for the offense. He's going to pass. Quickly complete. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Back to pass, it's York. They're bringing heat. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Split backs here. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Quarterback on the keeper. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
When you got 3rd and this long, everybody knows what's coming. It's going to be a pass. Defensive linemen get to tee off. They know exactly what's coming. Go get the quarterback. It is your dream. That is what you live for. It's what you practice in the offseason for. I want sacks just like that.
The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help...
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. This play will be a big indication of whether this drive goes anywhere on 2nd and long from the 11. Trying to get to it.
Man, as a defense, you're salivating in this territory. You want to get that safety. You want to put your hands over your head, clasp them together. I got him in the end zone. Nice job by the defense being ready, rushing the quarterback, almost getting the safety.
Give to the running back. Couldn't fight his way out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down for this offense. Out of the gun to give to the back. Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Dropping back, it's York. Complete. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Getting some heat. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. No return coming here as he signals for the fair catch and makes it right around the 30-yard line. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Using the quick game. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? But if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. This time he's got it. Tackle was made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. Out of the gun, the running back has it.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. And he's lucky to get that one back. This junior quarterback knows better than to try that too often. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. He's open on the right. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. And the Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. Now 2nd and 10. They keep attacking through the air. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Miami!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Iowa State delivered the type of thrashing generally reserved for homecoming games in Ames. Thing is, this was a road victory, and a win like this is going to resonate throughout the Big 12. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. No return coming here. Fair catch is signaled for and made just shy of the 30. Under 30 seconds to go here in the half. Let's see how they play it on 1st and 10. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. He's right on target. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. He's looking to throw. Fires on the move. And that one's incomplete. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster. The Canes will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. It's 1st down, but the offense is just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone to take a deep breath and digest what we just saw in Raleigh. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas in Carter Finley Stadium.
And the Canes will kick it off to start the 2nd half. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the 2nd half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Back to throw, it's York. Buys a little extra time. He'll pull it down. Got room at the 35. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. NC State quick to the line.
Man, how tough is this guy to defend? He drops back, everything tells you pass, and then he scrambles and gets the 1st down. Just so hard to defend.
1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. He'll pull it on the read. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. And this offense just can't afford not to get the 1st down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen.
Makes him talk to the hand. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. The Hurricanes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on first down. Working that left side. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. You get a guy who can do that on the outside, and it's sort of in the DNA of Miami's program.
Yeah, just speed. Those are guys that put fear in you. Those are the track stars. The Sunshine State produces so many of them. Those guys can absolutely fly.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Throws to the tight end. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires toward the end zone. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. That is no good. Could have stretched the lead out there, but guys, it's still sitting at 9. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. It's a reverse. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Leaves it with the back. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. To the air. It's York. Feeling some heat. Going to try to get it himself. Picks up what he can and then slides. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Right back to the well. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Fires to the middle. Oh, so close to paying off the tip drill. He had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
And this junior loves to show off that big arm. From the gun, running back on the move.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. They're trying to get to it. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Coming after him. Working that left side now. He's brought down solid. Pick up a little bit short of the first down. That last completion sets him up on second down. They'll run it from the gun. And the Hurricanes will keep this drive going. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. He'll do it himself. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for a deep man. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Canes will bring the punt team onto the field. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. They'll leave it with him. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking downfield, it's York. Fires to the right. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. So 3rd and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
This has been a rough night for this offensive line. Man, they have not protected their quarterback. Everything starts with the big guys up front. That's their 5th sack given up of the game.
NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Let's see what they've got on second down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Encroachment. Defense.
The encroachment penalty on the D gives the offense a free 5 yards. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He makes the tackle at the 23-yard line, but not before a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. He wants to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. The Canes have pushed it inside the 20. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Motion from the offense. He's looking for a man on second down. Gets it out quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Third down, and these fans trying to make it impossible to communicate. Quarterback on the keeper. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. Fourth down, and this crowd is making it miserable on this offense. Try to get it on the ground. And the Canes get enough for the first down. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Strikes the blow. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Out of the shotgun on third down. Giving him his pads. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Hurricane. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the fourth quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
Miami, 20, NC State.
On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Got his man quickly. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Back to pass, it's York. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The aerial assault continues. Incomplete. He threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back. After the misfire, now on second down. He's looking to throw. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Here's a throw downfield late. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Line gets set, first down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Open space at the 25. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that were going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.